Welcome to Vigorous Finance. I'm Coach Steve. Let's talk about the balance between research and application. And I'm going to put it in the Vigorous Finance section and not in the Vigorous Mindset section because time is money and research is time and application is money or application and doing the research it's all related. Yeah. I have come to the point where I know a decent amount. I don't know everything, that's for sure. I'm always learning, always trying to research more things and expand my knowledge base. But I'm busy. I'm also busy. And I put a certain amount of value on my time. So let's say there's a new study out. And I read the study and it takes me 2 hours. I'm taking away from my income, right? I could be spending that making money. Now, I know what you're going to say. Yes, but Steve, you're increasing your knowledge base. And thus you gain more knowledge and you create more value for yourself. Which is true. It's very true. But if I'm researching a study for a supplement I want to take, for example, ubiquinol, yeah, now I could really dive into these studies and spend hours and hours and hours and look into the ubiquinol and the fulvic acid and the PQQ. I don't even know what it stands for. I'll put it in the bottom. I can spend hours researching on that. Or I can just read the cliff notes. It's not the best approach, but I can just read the cliffs, buy a bottle of ubiquinol, shilajit, fulvic acid, and PQQ, and take that pre-workout and see what happens. So I've been doing that for a while. I've been talking about people on my Instagram, and I told people, if you're really trained insane, ubiquinol might be able to help you with support your heart and ATP function and make you not feel as fatigued towards the end of the workout as you would training without it. All right, so I'll read a little bit more about shilajit, fulvic acid, and PQQ increasing mitochondrial function and absorption of the ubiquinol, optimizing the whole thing. I can spend hours reading on it, or I can buy a couple bottles, which when you look at it financially, a bottle of ubiquinol, shilajit, fulvic acid, and PQQ is cheaper than spending 4 hours of research. Yeah. So I spend money to save time researching, which that time I'm spending on my clients and thus I'm making more money. Now that I know that it works, and I spent $50 on supplements, and I know that it works, I know that my workout's improved, I know that my stamina is longer, I require less time in between sets, I don't feel as winded unloading plates. Okay, great. I proved that to myself that it worked. I spent a little bit of money not really knowing the minute and the fine and the details and the science and the pathways, etc. I don't really know. I learned the cliff. Sounded reasonable. I bought it. I started using it. Now that I know that it works, I can spend the time researching it more. Because why would I research something that doesn't work? Right? If it didn't work for me, why would I spend the hours researching it? And I think that's a problem with a lot of people nowadays. They spend hours researching to the point they get paralysis by analysis because they've read so much. There's 5 studies proving it and 5 studies disproving it. And they lack the experience to really make a decision on which studies are valid and which are not. And now they don't know what to do. Yeah, 5 hours of research, you take your hourly rate. Let's say you make $10, you spend 5 hours researching, $50. Yeah, that you lost. You could have been working, you lost $50 researching. You could have read the cliffs in 5 minutes, spent $47, I don't know, a little bit less than $50 because you spent 5 minutes and 5 minutes ordering. You spent $45. I'm financially incentivized, guys. I use numbers. I like numbers. You spend $45 on supplements, and you see if it works. Yeah, it's just supplements. It's not DNP. Okay, DNP, it comes with a gazillion health risks. You should research. You should definitely research. But a supplement like carnitine tartrate or acetylcarnitine, you can look at the differences and spend hours on it. Or you can just spend the money on both and run it for a week and see which one you like. And if you don't like either, okay, you spend a little bit of money to buy yourself time somewhere else. This is why coaches are so valuable. Because a coach on a monthly rate when you look at the bigger picture, let's say you hire me as a coach, yeah? I'm a little bit busy, but I still have spots for clients. Let's say you hire me as a coach and you compare my monthly rate to your hourly rate. So let's say you make $50 an hour, for example. Yeah, after taxes, everything, you make $50 an hour. Just an example. I have no idea how much everybody's making. It's just an example. In 5 hours, yeah, that you work, you send that to me because that's about my rate per month, $350. You spend 5 hours of your time to get access to me for a full month. Now I work for you. I make sure that you don't have to do the thinking. You don't have to do the worrying. You don't have to do the research anymore because I'm adding you to the Facebook group. You have all the information already. Now you saved yourself not 5 hours, but 50 hours, which you can spend somewhere else. Time is money, and money is time. And you have to exchange one for the other in order to progress. So some things might look expensive, but what you get in return is invaluable because you get time in return. You spend money to get time in return. And the youngsters out there might not understand this, but as you get older and you get busier and your schedule fills up to the point you have half a Sunday left with your wife because you're working Monday to Saturday, 6 in the morning to 8 in the evening. Self-employment, it's the joys of being your own boss. You're working 24/7. And, I wouldn't have it any other way because I'm helping people. But I'm busy the whole day with all the business ventures you're employed in. So I don't want to spend too much time researching on something where I'm not really sure if it's going to work. I just read the cliffs, I buy the supplement, and I start trying it. And if it works, if I feel that it's beneficial for myself or my clients, I'll research it more. Because I've proven to myself it's worked. You remember that black and white video that I made before? I made that study that was a little bit gray, wishy-washy, black and white. I'm not really sure what it is. I bought it, and now it's a color of your preference. Let's not go there. It's confirmed that it works. Now I can research it further. I didn't waste my time researching something that I wasn't really sure if it's going to work, because you can find studies that say it's going to work and studies that say it's not going to work. You can find studies that it's great for your health. You can find studies that it's not great for your health. Run it for a while and see what happens. Trial and error, and spend your time a little bit more wisely. Spend your time focusing on making money, because money will give you time in return. By spending money somewhere else, you get time in return. By keeping money in the bank, you might get time somewhere else. If you got a year worth of savings, you can for a whole year and focus on something you like, whether that's traveling or just playing video games. You got a year's worth of saving. You don't have to cut finances. You can just tra-la-la for a year. Or you can focus that on a business that you want to do. Yeah? Time is money. That's why this is under Vigorous Finance. Spend it wisely. And don't analyze yourself to the point of paralysis, because it's counterproductive to your bodybuilding journey. You need a certain amount of knowledge. I highly agree, especially when it comes to PEDs and that how that impacts your blood work and all that sort of stuff. But when people ask me about supplement X, it's over the counter. Just read it for 5 minutes, buy a bottle. It's $20, maybe $50. It's not that much. It's not that much because you could research it for hours and you lose time that you could be spent on making money. And the time you spend it making money, you make way more than you spend on a little bottle of supplements. Guys, just give it a try. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't paralysis by analysis yourself. Hope that helps. Hope that sends you on the right way to try something new and get some information through your own experiences. See you guys in the next video.